Greetings, friends. Randall Nagy here. I don't think our introduction to VS Code would be complete if we didn't show you a better way to execute this program rather than say Control-L, then Control-C, Control-Alt-T to open up a new window, so as to paste in the directory name followed by /code. That's a lot of work to go through, and believe it or leave it, there's an easy way to do it. As you see here on my desktop, I have simply created a script file called code.sh, which has the exact same thing except for the fact that we included the name of the file, or the program in this case that we wanted to execute, and use the ampersand to put in the background. And after we create the file and arbitrarily put a .sh on the end of it, simply so that we know that we can run the file, we also have to make sure that we allow the shell script to execute the file as a program. Double-clicking on it, you'll notice that the code.sh has indeed been highlighted, and it is indeed running. You will have to be a little patient because it's going to take a little time for things to come up. In Visual Studio, a lot better here than it is on Microsoft Windows, obviously. What I also wanted to allow you to do was to use GitHub. Now, just like we saw when we put the lint package in for Python or idle, we'd have to install the git command set before VS Code will detect it and run it for us. And you can tell, just like we saw with pip, if git has been installed simply by typing in git at the command line as we see here. And if it isn't found in pestered, follow the instructions to install the Git support for us. Depending upon the speed of your network connection, of course, it may take a little bit of time, but once installed, of course, we see that Git is ready for us to use. And now we can go back to VS Code, view the command palette so as to clone our repository by selecting the now and newly available git clone routine, asking to provide our familiar URL now, and switching over to the program, we'll go ahead and simply clone my Python 3 training opportunity that I put up there today called DatMan, and ignoring all the opportunities to sign up, I'll prove to you that you don't have to have a GitHub account at the time of this recording simply by copying the URL to our clipboard, pasting it in where required, hitting enter, and selecting from our desktop, as you recall the place I want to put everything, my IDE folder, adding it to my workspace, and finally, of course, we simply have to wait a few moments for the project to download. Going back up to our workspace, of course, taking a look at our default workspace, we see that DatMan has indeed been installed, and matching the video series that I have on functions, we have our function machines, complete with a link to those videos you can watch for yourself, the advanced 1, 2, and 3 lesson set. And in order to run the program now, all we have to do is either click on the run icon to run the file in the terminal, or of course we could also right-click and run the selection in the Python terminal so as to open our terminal and see our create, read, update, and delete options. Like any other command prompt, we can indeed type exit when we're done. And while there are more options, at least at the time of this recording, in Visual Studio Community 2019 on Windows, in other words, you have a hard time getting this to debug right out of the box. It is possible, but I wanted to make sure that everybody was able to work with DatMan, as well as see a project beginning to evolve that allows several IDE projects, for example, our previous mytest.py, to exist side by side with another project, in this case, one that we have on GitHub. Thanks for watching, and as I'm fond of saying, I am indeed looking forward to seeing you in the professional software development world.